Okay, my intentions are to go through this stuff and try to test this flyback. So I'm going to hook up here right now to this plate and test it with the KMB tester, 1077B I think it's called. And then after that I'm going to hook up with the component tester and look for inductance, and I'm going to hook up to here. And then I'll check inductance to this one, that one, in that order. Right now I have everything disconnected, so I will get testing here. So I believe for the instructions of this, you're supposed to have these on your bench and turn this way, back it off until it goes out. I'm just going to give it a smidge more. Okay. I'll pause it here. I have black. I can't touch here. Let me put an interference here. Black to the horizontal output plate and red to the high voltage plate. I think there could be issues with this socket, so I have it disconnected. So I have it hooked up, and it already shows short circuit. I'll put it all the way to 12 o'clock. This is sensitivity to the right, so I'll turn it here. She goes out. I'll even give it a little extra at 12 o'clock. Put her in. Wait a minute. Oops. Okay. The way it worked yesterday. Let me see. Yesterday I could put this on like this and it would still show the short. Well, maybe it's gotten better since yesterday. Anyways, by the instructions, it would say it's bad. So I'm going to go through these one at a time. Then I'm going to use this thing here. So I will take this off and hook up to, then I'll come back and turn that thing on. If I can do this quick enough without screwing it up. So I'm going to hook up to this top one. That's the yellow one. That's the one that would be boost. So this one is the .033, which would be, where is it? Would be the second one. And then the blue wire goes to, that one goes to the horizontal deflections, and this other blue wire goes to the damper. So this blue wire, number 3 and number 2, number 3 and number 2 go to the horizontal deflection coils on the yoke. I just did the test between these. So, where am I? The tester came off, or I didn't put on. Okay, so I'm going to put it on this one here, which would be the point where the .03 goes to. It shows shorted. Whoops. Okay, so right now that's from boost to this one. And I gotta get moving here. Can't spend all day on it. So the next one down is the other side of the deflection coil. It says yoke in red. Now that seems to say okay. Now I'm going to, for the heck of it, put this to the other, oops, the other one here. I should shut my windows. I got outside light coming in, screwing me up. So now I'm on, where am I? Yeah. Where the horizontal deflections. It says .003 and yoke. Shows okay. Okay. I'll go back to here. The top one and the one down again. Get these wires out of the way. This, I should have fixed this hook. It's rounded off. I'll put it in like that. Okay, so I'm back to the top two again, which is yellow, and where it says .003, shorted. Okay, moving on. Let's be in focus. Okay, now I'll go to this one, which is yoke. The bottom side of the yoke, which is horizontal deflection, shows fine. Now the bottom one goes to pin 3 of the damper tube, which is the cathode. Damn thing. I'm going to put this on pause in a second and shut my windows. So this is on the top and bottom. There's 4 terminals there. Shows fine. So I went from, started with the one that says boost is the top one, then the one with the .033. This one goes to the other side of the horizontal deflection coils, this high voltage rectifier. And these two, 5 and then 6. Pause this a moment. Okay, back on here. I guess it's not helping a lot. The window closed. Okay, I'll move on to use this other tester here. Back on here, I'm connected to the top one and the second one down. .40 millihenries. I will move this green wire down to this one, which is one up. $103. Okay. Now I will go down to the bottom one. The top and bottom one. $129. Now I'm going to hook up to the two plates, both of the plates. Okay. Now this is where it showed short circuit. Short 16.2 millihenries. So maybe this won't show shorted issues. Now I will go through the whole thing from the high voltage lead all the way down, which will be the top one, to the damper. I don't mean the damper, the boost prong. If I can do this. Inductor. So I'm going to try something here. I'm going to short out between these windings from damper windings to the yoke, straight into the yoke connection. So it's not going to indicate shorts or nothing. Let me short out way up to here. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to show any shorts. I'll put it right up to here. So I have this whole thing shorted out. Okay. Okay, now I'll take the short lead off. 3.9. Short lead off. Okay. I will solder all the leads up and turn the TV on and get our negative control grid voltage. Negative. And this stuff. One more test here with this loop antenna. I get it in focus. Now this thing is 12 turns of number 18 wire. The reason it's 12 turns, I didn't have enough width to do any more. I think I was supposed to do it like 20 or 25 turns, but I could only get 12. So it's do this before I bust this thing. So that's 0.17 millihenries, 1.35 ohms on this thing. So this thing kind of works kind of all right, tuning in weak stations, but it also pulls in all the hissy man-made noise, I guess. The variable capacitor here and putting it by the radio. Okay, I soldered them back on here. There's the yellow wire on the top. Supposed to be a 0.033. I have a 0.022. I will probably jump a 0.01 across it too. This goes to the bottom side of the damp horizontal deflection coils. This goes to the top side, I would assume, well, one or the other. This is the boost and also heads towards the vertical output. This one here is the one that goes down to the pin number 3 on the damper, I think. And this does not have the 0.01 to ground. This has this resistor. I think it's a 5.1 ohms. I'm not sure what it is. I think it measured about 9 ohms, I think. So I just left it. It's good enough, especially if this thing's bad. These capacitors would have to be relocated because they get really warm from these wire, I think from this wire wound resistor. So we'll see. I'll turn it on and see what happens here. We'll see. I'll hook up a box to it, tuner box. And today is what the hell's the date? Today's the 16th, 2024, June 16th, 2024, Orange Beginner's Corner. I'll be right back at it. I had to slop some solder there because it was going to drip. Okay, I think I'm ready to go here. I'll pause it. I had to turn it back on so it doesn't save the video and close the session. I think I'm ready to go here. I made a video of this yesterday and it disappeared and it had some weird crap above and below, like it was in some other language or something. Okay. I don't think it's supposed to look like that. Holy shit. I think the frequency's way... Wait a minute. What the hell's going on here? I'm not showing any DC voltage there if it's connected. It's connected. So here we have peak to peak 105 volts. I think this first digit's supposed to be a 7. So this is at the control grid, pin number 5 of the 60Q6, I think it's called. I don't think that's supposed to look that way. I'm not sure. We'll look into it. I don't know. I have no... Looks like it's a little positive. Let me see here. I'll hook it back up. Delay. I'll hook it back up. Have to turn the box on. What the heck? Here. I don't know what the outer collar does. I think it's a tone. Anyways, let's see if we got high voltage. I'm gonna try and touch that. Oh, I gotta put the horizontal output tube in also. Yesterday, this was... The hell was it? It was not even close to 100 volts. Okay, I'll plug her back in here. Oh boy. Holy shit. Holy shit. I would assume it's still zeroed up on the have to put my reading glasses on. I got a different shape here. So here it says 108 volts peak to peak. The frequency is 14.4 kilohertz. So that's I think it's supposed to have a 7 still in the first digit. So I think it's supposed to be 75 something, I think. So 50 volt scale, almost negative. Where'd it go? 40 volts. Peak to peak, it will be 140 volt scale, over 100 volts peak to peak. 140 volt scale, 140 volt scale, straight up. Where'd it go? This one down here is focus. This one way down here is brightness. So I'm going to put this on pause and reach down there and see if I can turn it up all the way. I think it's all the way up. Oh, I don't have the high voltage rectifier. Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to go after this here. Try to rush things and I make mistakes, so don't look like any high voltage. It should be arcing, I would think, by now. Whoops. Wrong spot. So we got high voltage. Sweet. So maybe if I put this grimy thing in here, maybe it'll work. I'll put this on my phone on pause while I do this. I don't. It might, if it's on pause too long, it will just save itself and move on. It shouldn't take me long. I just solder one wire, and this doesn't go in very well though. And I don't want to use a new tube. I have a couple more of these. I don't want to use them. So things are looking up. Hopefully, up and running here. This tube cannot go in very far. It's got to be kind of kittywampus. I got a very crappy solder job there because I didn't really do it properly. None of these are, all these have to be resoldered. You can see how old that capacitor was. It was new old stock. Okay. To me, I bought it brand new when I was working on guitar amplifiers and stuff. So here it goes. See what happens. Plugged in. Okay, we got 110. I have to look around the viewfinder. This thing's so out of focus. 110, 14.3. Pretty sure it's supposed to start with a 7. Negative control grid voltage of 50, of a little lesser than that. I don't call that accurate because this thing here is broken. I think it's stuck on AC. I'll have to fix it someday. I do not see the high voltage rectifier lit up. I know it lights up in the tube tester. I'll wiggle it around, see if I can get a connection of some sort here. I would think it should be lighting up. If I can get this whiplash out of her. If I can get that out of there, it should be lighting up somewhat. I took a triangle file and cleaned up the outer side of the pins quickly. I don't think it's going to help. I can't get that in. I don't remember which ones are the filaments. I know I checked that resistor, which will be down here. It was a little, I think it gained a little bit of value, but not much. It's a 1 watt resistor there. I hate to touch it.
Your loved ones are getting older, and they need your support. Care.com is here to help. It's an easy way to...
I think I see it glowing a little bit. It is glowing a little bit. Let me see at this other end here. Where's the... I hate to do this. I don't want to wreck the tube. Ooh. I have to recheck that picture tube. Let me get down here. I got to get my other hand. I know this ain't grounded, but I got to use my right hand to reach down there. Back on here. I'm almost out of time.
Please pick up line.
Marks, where's this man's visitor's badge? Oh, sorry, I forgot. Never mind. Okay, Mr. Marks, I'm on my way to a stakeout, and I want you to come along. We can take my questions.
Well, finalized here. We got 110 volts peak to peak. Frequency of 14.1 kilohertz. It's a K.
Roger.
Sorry I'm late. I had an early doctor's appointment this morning. Oh, I don't think that's any of your business. TSC's up.
Okay, I have everything hooked up right at the control grid, pin 5. Si- It says 78, I think. Cycles per second at 120 volts. I'm at 110, so I guess that's going to be sufficient. I have a 22 microfarads there, and that's that one pin I was working from. Mine does not have that 0.1 to B plus. Mine has, what does mine have? Mine has I think that resistor. Where the hell was it? The resistor on the plate. Mine has that resistor here. That 5.1 ohm or whatever it's supposed to be. It's right here. I don't have that. And that resistor goes to A, which shuts this system off here. You can't be switching these kind of switches when they're turned on. It'll destroy that. The high voltage will. This is going to shut off. I had a Sansui receiver, and it eventually destroyed that after about 20 years or something. Well, this is it. Signing off. The good audio output here.